All right, welcome back to the Nightly Sports Call. Let's go out to Twitter. Cal Hammer just tweeted me, Steelers got a running back in Connor who Tomlin doesn't want to use. Well, he doesn't want to use him because he has the best running back in the NFL, Le'Veon Bell. I think Connor will get a chance maybe later in the year. But I don't know if Connor, Connor has a lot to prove yet. He's a rookie. He's a special teams guy, and he's not Le'Veon Bell. I don't know if I would be throwing him into a starter's role next year if Le'Veon Bell is not around. But he is an option for next year. But, you know, we get to see how this year plays out a little bit, too. Let's go out to Kirk in Harmer. How you doing, Kirk?
Good, Rich. How you been, Mitty?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Rich, I've been listening to the show this past week or 6 days or so, and, you know, if given the option of coming or going to the White House to visit Donald Trump and to accept an award and not, I would rather not. And, Rich, I'll tell you, it has absolutely nothing to do with politics. Zero in terms of my decision. My decision is based upon reflecting of my own values of being a positive, uplifting, active, and contributing member of society. I do not grapple or grope to sexually assault women. I don't mock people with handicaps. I don't hate and despise all minorities. I just don't rob and steal from my contractors, and if I had a college, I wouldn't dupe all these kids and to enroll in and steal all their money. Rich, I just don't do that, and I do not endorse or associate with sociopaths of that nature. So, yeah, I would politely decline. So that's it in a nutshell.
Decline to go to the White House. You know,
yeah, I would decline to go to the White House.
Yeah, Kirk, thanks for your call, and you have your opinion, and everyone has a different opinion. That's why it makes this such a great country. It's a free country, and you can do what you want. Some teams have decided not to go to the White House. Some teams have decided to go to the White House. The Patriots went to the White House, and the Steelers now, not the Steelers, the Penguins have gone to the White House, and they explained why they went. It's a day to celebrate the Stanley Cup, their final day. It's part of a tradition. And you know what? They didn't want to get politics involved. And you got to look at the Penguins organization. I mean, a lot of the guys, Ron Burkle, David Morehouse, are big Democrats. And they still went to support the office of the president and the White House and what it stands for. I don't blame them for going, and I wouldn't blame them if they didn't go. But, you know, the fact that they went, that's their decision. And, you know, if some people agree with it, they have the right. If some people disagree with it, they have the right. It seems like a lot of people are just split down the middle. I looked at my Twitter feed and the people commenting on Facebook when I was there and telling me half the people agreed with them going, half the people didn't. So it's your opinion. You know, that's why half the people are Democrats and half the people are Republicans. And they decided to go. I went there to cover it. It was a little bit different than last year. You could just sense the White House was just a different atmosphere this year compared to last year for me. And I don't go to the White House a lot. I've been there only a handful of times, and it was only when the Steelers and the Penguins have visited as part of a celebration of winning a championship. So, yeah, they went, and it's over and done with. You know, the one thing I found interesting, though, if you look at the Penguins and their social media and what they did not celebrate it going to the White House as much on social media this year as they did last year when Obama was the president. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Big Al in Robinson. How you doing, Big Al?
Hey, Rich.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Hey, Rich, this is my 60th year with football. First one when I was 13.
Yep.
Let me tell you something you don't want to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Yep.
I've been going for over 50 years. First of all, it all starts with the Steelers' problem is the coaching. You know, you got Munchak, one of the greatest offensive line coaching. Look at the results. You got a first and goal at the 5-yard line, and you throw the ball 3 times. Now, you know, it's nothing.
Especially because you ran the ball to get there. Okay, I got it.
Let me finish, please. Let me get.
We don't have a lot of time, Big Al.
Huh?
We don't have a lot of time.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. What I'm telling you, Rich, everyone's just scared to talk about the coaching. You know, some of the greatest coaches in the world have changed. Right? Everyone's scared of talking about Tomlin.
No one's scared to talk about Tomlin. The guy's one of the winningest coaches in the NFL. I don't have a problem with Tomlin. I don't think they need to make a change if they're head coach. Yes, I mean, you're in the heat of the moment. You make decisions. I'm not going to question everything he does. The guy's a winner, and he puts winning teams together. You know, we'll see where this season goes. It's only not even halfway over yet. We'll see where the Steelers are. We got to take a break. Back with, you know, maybe another call and some tweets and to wrap things up.